Black freedom struggle and the fight for civil rights, we can't be passive right now. So nobody over there should take anything we say serious. Like,
what nationality is she?
She's Palestinian. I'm
Rashad. Yeah, she probably grew up having slaves. Seriously.
Only looking at right now.
Both her parents are watching with fucking. Her mother has fucking full, hood over her face, and her father's probably fucking a little boy and whipping him at the same time.
Okay, all right. Welcome to another edition of Intellectual Dummies. It is This Week in Politics, September 22nd, 2025. I'm your host, Luke. This is my co-host, Paul.
What up?
And we got a lot to get to this week. But before we start, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we should be covering. What do you want to see? Let us know in the comments.
Nah, fuck that. I don't want people dictating what we do.
Okay, well, don't do that. Fuck you guys. We're going to do what we want and make our own rules.
All right, let's keep it going.
We're from Alabama. Microphone.
Attorney General Schwab, are you aware that the FBI requires that all states and local governments, police departments report crime to the National Incident-Based Reporting System?
I think that is correct, sir.
Okay. Washington, D.C. has not done a good job at that. As a matter of fact, you've been accused of cooking the books, and it's not just a problem in Washington. Mr. Chairman, when this went into effect, Illinois only reported 30.6% of their police departments reported. New Jersey only 28.7%, New York 13.8%, Maryland 9.5%, California 1.9%. I would argue that when you're presenting crime statistics, that these are highly suspect because state and local police departments are not reporting the data. We've known this for a long time, that the homicide rates are underreported. The FBI has made that clear. I want to move to something else. We do have a crime surge, violent crime, property crime, particularly vehicle theft. Washington, D.C. has a truancy problem. Almost 33% of the students are chronically truant. Second only to Baltimore.
Chronically what?
Did he say drunk?
I don't know.
I think he did say that.
Second only to Baltimore, or chronically truant.
He said like truant, T-R-U-N-T.
Turned up?
Second only to Baltimore.
I don't know what he said.
The second only to Baltimore. I mean, hold on.
Yeah, we try and listen a little harder.
No, I got the I'll get the subtitles on.
Are chronically truant. Second only to Baltimore.
T-R-R-E-N-T.
Hold on, I'm going to look that up here.
Chronically truant.
Maybe that means like missing from school. That's my guess. Hold on. Doesn't even say that it's a word. Torrent.
Not torrent.
It doesn't even say that that's a word.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, the way that it's spelt right there, no. Maybe he'll explain it. I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah, I keep getting torrent too. All right. This fucking mumbling idiot.
What are you doing to resolve that, Mayor Bowser? And I want to add that
I'd like to
18,000
hear this.
truancy cases went uninvestigated over the last 3 full school years.
Well, first and
I'm just
foremost,
asking, are you doing anything?
yes.
What?
We have in place a regime where schools report, and we've most recently updated it to focus more on our human services department, a department.
Ma'am,
Yes.
when I'm
Sure.
asking you about investigating truancy cases, that means going out and finding.
Oh,
Truancy? Truancy.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
absent from school.
Okay.
the kid and getting them back in the classroom.
So he said truant.
True.
Wow.
Oh, we do that. The police
Mumbling
do that every
bastard.
day.
18,000 went uninvestigated.
No.
Half of your carjackings
Okay, yeah.
are by juveniles.
So if you're,
You've got 5 times more middle school students truant than you did a decade ago. That's a crisis. Do you believe that kids that are chronically truant are going to wind up becoming dropouts or undereducated, that it might lead to an increase in crime in that population?
we think the best place for kids is in school.
No. How does it impact their life going forward? Because I'm a big believer in getting kids out of failing schools. My wife and I support 2 private schools that are targeting inner city kids. These kids don't show up truant. They come to class, they graduate, they get jobs, they go to college. What are you doing to find these kids? And I'm not talking about giving them a free lunch. I'm talking about getting them back in the classroom. I mean, you said something about the National Guard mowing lawn. Maybe the National Guard ought to be helping find these kids and get them into school.
Congressman, if I may, the council has had hearings at least once a year. We have a hearing
This guy keeps interrupting.
Well, it's not doing
next
any
month
good.
with regard to attendance and what we're doing
Yeah.
to reduce truancy.
Yeah.
I agree
Well,
with
what
you.
about all
that
these kids that
are-
you've already
I
lost
agree
because you
with you.
sat on your butt and didn't do anything about it?
Well-
18,000 went uninvestigated.
I agree with you that attendance is important and truancy is a problem. Truancy is actually down. It's down 22% since school year 21-22. And serious
Still
absenteeism,
almost
which is 30%
33%.
of days, is down 43% since
It's
school
down
year
5%.
21-22.
Baltimore from 54% to 49%. That's half your kids.
So it's down below that at this point. We get a report every fall. I don't know if you've seen the reports from the Attorney General, from Child and Family.
Let me ask the mayor
from-
this. Do you plan to take full advantage of the $1,700 tax credit scholarship program that can go to scholarship granting organizations to help kids get into schools where they're safe and where they can learn?
We do take advantage of the Opportunity Scholarship Program.
That was in the One Big Beautiful Bill, by the way. We are committed to trying to help kids get a good education.
So are we.
Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Chairman. I'll yield back.
Order.
So that, I mean, that makes sense when all the kids aren't going to school and they're all committing the crimes because they're on
Yeah,
the streets.
carjackings are done by
Juveniles.
juveniles. That's
Yeah.
wild. That's wild. I mean, I can't tell you how many, videos I've seen with like kids with guns.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking videos of themselves with the guns. Did you hear about those kids in Springfield, Massachusetts, that got arrested for just shooting their gun out the window as they went down?
Oh yeah, I saw the video of that.
Yeah. Retards.
Yeah.
You're gonna take a video of your crime? Like what? I don't get it.
Yeah, it's messed up.
I don't get it.
Ms. Boebert.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. This has certainly been lively today. Madam Mayor, I appreciate you being here today, and I have a few questions for you. Do you believe in regard to crime, DC City Council is moving the district in the right direction or wrong direction?
The city council and I are
Right
working.
or wrong direction?
We're moving in the right direction.
Now, okay. Why in 2023 did you veto the council's updates to the criminal code to eliminate most mandatory minimum
hello.
sentences, reduce
What's that?
I said, oh, hello.
mandatory maximum
You know who this is, right?
Isn't that Bobart, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She was the one who like got kicked out of a friggin' theater.
Yeah, what was
She
she
was-
doing? Like blowing a guy or something?
No, she was going wild, like vaping and fucking like the guy was like groping her tits and shit.
My kind of woman.
Yeah, it was like it was very inappropriate. They were like at a play.
penalties and allow jury trials for misdemeanors.
Well, I made clear at the time my objections to the rewrite of the criminal code. The criminal code does
your
need to be
objection was this
updated.
bill does not make us safer. Is that correct?
That's what I believe.
Yes, ma'am. Mayor Bowser, as we know, City Council overruled your veto and the criminal code changes went into effect 2023. This same year, crime rates rose dramatically. They overruled your veto, and then we saw crime rates rise dramatically. Do you believe that this bill contributed to the dramatic rise in crime that we saw in 2023 that's been mentioned here today as well by the council?
Well, the bill didn't go into effect, but I believe that it was necessary for us to look at our entire public safety ecosystem, not just that year, but previous years.
So you had some foresight that this could help, and you said this bill does not make us safer. The council overruled your veto, and at multiple events this year, you opposed National Guard deployments in Washington, D.C. However, since President Trump deployed the National Guard in D.C., violent crime has dropped nearly 50%.
Well, Ms. Bobart, may I?
One moment. I'll
Okay.
give you a chance to respond. Since President Trump deployed the National Guard in D.C., violent crime has dropped nearly 50%. Property crimes like burglary, vehicle theft dropped about 25%. And carjacking saw a dramatic 28% decline compared to the same period in 2024. Will you admit, Mayor Bowser, that President Trump bringing in the National Guard has helped clean up this district? And if not, why have you let them stay here indefinitely?
What I have said is that the increase in federal law enforcement, National Guard is not law enforcement.
You've allowed them to stay here indefinitely, though.
The president controls the DC National Guard, and he purports to control the guards from other states.
Have you asked him to remove them?
Yes.
And you would be in favor of that? Do you think that crime would increase once again?
Ms. Bobart, I put in place a mayor's order that is a framework for how DC government will work with our federal partners.
Yes, ma'am.
And they include the FBI, the DEA, the ATF,
Yes, ma'am.
U.S.
Sorry, my time
Capitol
is short.
Police,
I don't mean to step over you.
as well as the United States
I
Secret
I want
Service.
to keep this respectful with you, and I don't mean to
Yes.
step over you. One more question, Mayor Bowser. Is cracking down on crime racist, as many of your Democrat colleagues have suggested?
Our police department
Yes
has
or no,
been
is it racist, ma'am?
not in DC.
Thank you, ma'am. Chairman Mendelson, you believe that cracking down on crime is racist, correct?
No,
Is that not what you said? You said bringing in large numbers of federal or National Guard troops can escalate tensions, particularly in minority neighborhoods. You also stated that federal deployments can disrupt daily life, disproportionately affect minority communities, and exacerbate racial tensions. So
are you asking about the National Guard or law enforcement?
I said federal or National Guard troops.
I do
And
think that-
we've seen police presence decrease under this council, and funding be redirected. So I really don't care to hear
That is
how
false.
pro-police you are, because I've seen those numbers decrease over the years and funding be stripped. And so with the National
We have
Guard,
not stripped funding in 4 years.
it has happened, and
Not
crime
in
has
4 years.
increased.
What has happened in
Chairman
4 years
Mendelson,
is that
if I
we've
may,
not been reimbursed
so the
$83
federal
million by the
deployments
federal
can
government for
disrupt these
police.
things, and you said that they can exacerbate racial tensions. So is it racist to bring in,
Militarization is oppressive
Is it
to
racist?
neighborhoods.
Chairman?
No.
No. Okay, so are you redacting your statement and your
No.
position? It's,
Militarization is a problem. I did not say that was racist, but it is a problem.
Mr. Chairman, you said that it increases
You says, man, she's stumbling.
racist tensions. So I would say that you are characterizing that as racist, bringing them in. Mr. Chairman, my time has expired.
Thank you. Chair recognizes Ms. Tlaib from Michigan.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I think it's really important. I mean, we're talking about, 700,000 people that live here, and I feel like their voice gets completely just dismissed. And so if I may.
This is actually good. This is that chick. I forget her name. She's part of the squad.
Rashida Tlaib.
Something like that. Yeah.
Her name's right at the top there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's going to go on a rant about how it's all about perception.
Mr. Chair, ask unanimous consent to enter the record. The Washington Post poll of DC residents found 8 out of 8 in 10 opposed Trump's taking over of their local police and sending in federal troops.
Without objections ordered.
I think it's also really important to understand, like, the incredible kind of slanderous, like, defamation. I don't know what to call it. They're just burying Washington, D.C. You just heard them speak about our nation's capital in that way, in a way that I feel very much like that's not what I see. I see people walking around with their families, people enjoying time to see these beautiful, incredible, beautiful monuments and everything. And there's
what part of D.C. are you in? You fucking stupid bitch.
Yo, that's not what she sees, man. She sees happy families coming and enjoying their time.
Hide here too. And so I just want to bring the DC residents into this committee because I feel like they are being made invisible. And this really ugly picture that is not reflective. And I'm from Detroit. I've seen it happen to my city, and it's despicable. And
another shithole, by the way.
Yeah.
And in a way that I feel like, really goes up against our values. One of the things that I know in every abuse of power that, we let President Trump and the administration get away with in DC, it will be replicated. It will be expanded across the country, and it is going to tear apart our communities. Mr. Jackson, I talked to you about a little bit about this, but I think it's important to understand that we do have a mental health crisis, that we have a housing crisis, affordability crisis. Can you police any of those away?
No.
You can't police away homelessness. And the way they talk about our homeless neighbors.
You kind of can, though.
Yeah, you can.
Is so, no wonder there's violence increasing towards homeless neighbors.
The fact that she says our homeless neighbors, like as if they're just like these peaceful people that,
Yeah, that you high five on your way to work,
Yeah.
See it already, the brutality of it. When we see housing costs go up, when we see, again, the lack or dismissiveness of the mental health crisis that we continue to grow. And it's not just this administration and the previous administrations as well. No one has moved with the urgency that is needed. Just last week, the committee approved over a dozen bills regarding Washington, D.C. And, I'm just curious. Criminalized children. My colleague from Boston talked about this. It basically interfered with legislation already passed by the local government. Was anyone on this panel consulted? Any of you? Raise your hand if you were consulted on any of these bills. Yeah.
We were not.
One of the things that, AG, I've been listening to you, one of the bills actually eliminates your position completely. What effect would that have? Completely eliminating your position in regards to be able to do the job that you do to protecting all the families in Washington, D.C.
We'll start with the fact that more than 70% of the residents of the District of Columbia overwhelmingly voted for having
protecting the families. He's the guy that says that he prioritizes criminals over victims.
Yeah.
He thinks
Hurt
criminals
people,
are
hurt
victims.
people.
Yeah.
an independent elected attorney general.
That's right.
And that's a recognition of the fact that when an attorney general is directly accountable to the people, directly responsive to the people, we are much better at doing our job in terms of addressing housing affordability and conditions in slumlords, seniors and consumers who are being scammed, addressing the issues that are most important to DC residents, because I am
Yeah,
accountable to
I read
them.
wage theft is an issue, workplace discrimination. I mean, there's a number of issues that need to be addressed.
Yeah, pause it
They're
real
not going to
quick.
handle.
I mean, they're talking about skyrocketing rents and slumlords.
Oh, keep talking. I have to turn a light on. It got dark in here.
Sure, yeah. Rent control creates slumlords because anybody that has a mortgage, think about you having a mortgage and your mortgage being predicated on making a certain amount of money off of an income property, off an income unit. And when your income unit is capped, I can't rent this out for any more because they just mandated it. Now, when the paint's chipping off the walls, well, I can't charge more if I fix it up. I can't charge more if I throw in a new kitchen because this one's the cabinets are hanging off the hinges. So what's the incentive for me to fix up this property if there's rent control?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's counterintuitive to what they're talking about. You know,
Yeah, but it's extremely popular with the These talking
it
about
is, and
rent
they
control.
don't seem to understand. And people don't look at like case studies of these rent controlled places. Like, go to a rent controlled building. Let me know if you'd want to live there. Just let me know. Let us know in the comments. I'm curious to hear.
Me too. Hashtag me too, motherfucker.
They're not going to address that. They want to paint you all as this ugly, dark, all just out in the street. I mean, the way it's just unbelievable because they all live here. I don't see it. I don't see what they see. I don't understand why we're allowing that to happen, because I actually think it's going to hurt our communities. People are going to look at Washington, D.C. folks in a way that I think is going to be very painful, but also, you know, I don't know, Mr. Jackson, I heard the stories. People didn't leave their homes. They weren't leaving their homes. Businesses didn't see people coming into, I mean, that's what we want in our nation's capital. Stay in your house. Don't move. Don't go anywhere. Stay fearful. It's unbelievable that my colleagues continue again to eject this narrative and this rhetoric in regards to, but I think it's important,
Nobody
Mr.
knows what
Chair,
you're talking
just
about.
like
Yeah.
Shut up.
Rambling like a textbook liberal woman.
Yeah.
in DC, home rule was one out of
She comes off as fucking unbearable.
Oh, I know.
Black freedom struggle in the fight for civil rights. We can't be passive right now. So nobody over there should take anything we say serious, you know, like.
What nationality is she?
She's Palestinian. I'm fairly
Rashad?
certain.
Yeah, she probably grew up having slaves. Seriously.
Only
Her
looking
fucking-
at it right now.
Both her parents are watching with fucking. Her mother has fucking full, hood over her face, and her father's probably fucking a little boy and whipping him at the same time.
Yeah, she's a Palestinian American. First of 2 Muslim women elected to Congress,
Ugh,
along
yuck.
with the other one's Ilhan Omar.
Yuck.
So personally, as if we're attacking them. No, we're attacking a process, not attacking people here. And I think it's really important. We need to stand up against this fascist takeover. That's not a bad word. It's a fact. And here in DC and across the country, it is so incredibly
She's still using the word fascist.
Yeah.
important, Mr. Chair, that this committee does not allow rhetoric that defames and or paints Washington, D.C. in a way that you all haven't really truly seen. You're just reading it. No, you're just reading it or something off of some.
Will the gentlelady yield to a question?
Yeah, I think it's really important.
Will the gentlelady
No, I don't
yield?
yield. I don't even have time. I can tell you.
Your time's expired.
It is
Mr.
expired, but
Lee,
Mr. Chair-
didn't
Shut
ask him.
up.
But you all live
like
here,
Mr.
and
Lee.
you're not telling people the beautiful parts that you do see in our
Mr.
nation's
Lee.
capital.
Yeah,
And no,
what,
no,
the
no,
North
it's just
Side?
wrong
Shut
what
up.
we're doing.
Chairman, I think
Wrong.
it's insane that the
But you're
gentlelady
gonna
doesn't
look
have
at
an
Burns
argument, but she's going to
Burns as a
refer
bunch
to
of
me and some of my
criminals.
You yield to
colleagues.
Mr.
Mr. Chair,
Donald.
We were
you
from the
know
third
that.
Reich. This is
You're going to
insane.
look at
It's
14,
insane.
15-year-olds as
It's
a bunch of
insane.
criminals?
It's insane.
Oh,
Do I look like a
insane,
member of the Third
Donald.
Reich to you, Ms.
Please,
Tlaib?
please,
Is that what I look like
please.
to you?
You're the one taking your voting
Is that what you think?
Giving it
Is that
to
what you
somebody.
think? Is that what you think?
No, that's unethical.
I think it's radical and I think it's insane. And I'll respect everything that you say. But to say something like that to myself and a lot of my colleagues is way out of line. It's way out of line. It's way out of line.
Regular order, Mr.
Way out of line.
Regular order.
That's okay. But it's okay, right?
That is not how it
It's
goes.
okay, right?
You hold yourself accountable before you talk about
Hold
Washington,
myself
D.C.
accountable.
Mr. Lee.
Washington, D.C.
Hold your own self accountable. How
Keep
about
it out of
that?
your mouth.
Hold your own
I'm
self
trying,
accountable. How
Mr.
about that?
Fumay.
Free D.C. and make sure you
All right.
vote with your own voting card. Don't be giving it to somebody
Mr.
else.
Lee. All right, time. Chair recognizes Ms. Bobert from
Yo, what a crazy bitch.
Yeah. Hey, this is women for all our women listeners. This is why men are sexist. Was that right there?
That's why I'm sexist.
That was it right there.
Yeah.
And do you see any men acting like that? I didn't see any.
There are, but they're Democrat men.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, just yelling over people, accusing people of being in the Third Reich, a black guy.
Yeah.
One unhinged rambling from a terrorist sympathizer.
Yeah, even at the end when she was just screaming, "Free DC, free DC."
Yeah, free DC, yeah. What else is
Like,
new?
come on, dude. Get a hold of yourself, bitch.
You know, she's got a
Colorado-
Palestinian flag and a gay flag right outside of her office.
Yeah.
Fucking retard.
Wait a minute, Ms. Bobert. All right. This is Mr. Gill from Texas.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for holding this hearing. And I'd also like to thank the witnesses for taking the time to be here today. I know y'all are busy, so really appreciate
I
it.
love this guy.
Mayor Bowser,
Yeah, Brandon Gill is my favorite for sure.
He knows what's
thank
up.
you to you
Yeah, I follow him on
Especially
Instagram.
for coming here. You've been mayor for about 10 years, right?
Yes,
Okay. And during that time, would you describe DC as a safe city?
yes.
You would.
Listen,
Lies.
Mr. Gill, and it was brought up earlier by the Congresswoman from
The murder
Detroit.
rate in Washington, D.C. is the fourth highest of any city in the country. Would you
I have
describe that as a safe
I
city?
have heard every statistic and factoid, and they're all different about where
Are you
our city.
disputing
No,
that Washington, D.C. is the fourth highest murder rate in the country?
I'm not familiar with that
You're
statistic.
not familiar with that
What I know,
statistic.
Mr.
This is
Gill,
your city.
Mr. Gill,
Respectfully,
excuse
this
me.
is your city.
I know that we have driven our murder rate down.
What was the
over-
homicide rate in 2014 before you were elected?
I don't know.
Do you know how much the homicide rate has changed during your tenure as mayor?
I do.
How much?
It has gone up.
It's gone up
And
by
it is
about
going
70%. It's gone up by about 70% from
I don't think that's
2014 to
correct. I don't think that's
2024. Those are
correct.
from the Metropolitan Police Department.
I
That
don't
is
think
correct.
that number is
You
correct.
should
we
know
just
the
read all
crime
those
Yeah, and
numbers out.
What?
I said we just read all those numbers out.
Yeah.
It's been slowly ticking up. Ticks
Mhm.
down a little bit, but the trend, it's a positive trend going up.
Yep.
Your own
I
city,
do know
especially
my
whenever
crime
it's this
statistics.
dangerous. Do you know how carjackings have trended during your time in office?
I know that they have gone down.
They're up over 500% since
Mm-hmm.
from 2014 to 2024. That's
you
not a
fuck
safe
that
city.
up?
I don't think
500%.
any person would call that a safe city. We'll move on. Do you agree that defunding the police makes our communities less safe, don't you?
This is what I want to say.
It's a straightforward question.
yeah.
You're not
Well,
going to
this is
filibuster.
my-
Do you
this is
think
my
that
answer.
defunding the police
This is
makes our
my
communities
answer.
less safe?
What I know is that people have moved here. People
Okay,
have sent
pause
their
it real
kids
quick.
here.
Pause it real quick. Carjacking, approximate number of carjackings in DC. 2015, 148. 2016, 142. 17, 95. 18, 140 to 150. 19, 150 to 160. 2020, 360.
Jesus.
2021, 424. 2022, 485. And here we go. 2023, 959.
Wow.
2025 is 495. So I call that 500. So whatever the percent is, however you want to measure it, again, that's a positive slope trending upwards.
Going upwards for
It's going
sure.
up.
People have started businesses here. We have record.
Does
We have
defunding the
record
police make our
visitation,
communities
and
more
so
or less
those
safe?
are the
Does
indications
defunding the police
of
make
a
our
city
communities
where
more
people
or
want
less
to
safe?
live, work, and
You
visit.
won't even back your own police department right now. I'm asking you, does defunding the police make our communities more or less safe? And you won't give me a straight answer.
I've already answered that today.
And why don't you tell me again, do you think that defunding the police makes our communities more or less safe?
I've never defunded the police, nor would I.
You don't think it makes our communities less safe?
They did defund the police, though.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
I just told you, I've never defunded the police, and I never
understand
would.
that. You know, you may not have defunded the police, and that's a good thing, but you did provide a $125,000 grant to an organization lobbying to defund the police. Are you aware of that?
I don't. What is that you just
Here,
raised?
pause it.
It's an organization.
Yes, in some aspects, Washington, D.C. did reduce funding for the police or resisted proposal to increase. But whether that counts as defunding the police depends on how you define it. It wasn't a wholesale elimination of police departments. The cuts were relatively modest, and later budgets restored or increased funding. So in 2021, the DC Council approved $15 million in cuts to the Metropolitan Police Department budget. This included cutting some vacant positions, rejecting expansion of police and cadet programs, cutting capital budgets. And that's per the Washington Post and 3 other sources. Cuts were made in response to a public outcry following national protest after George Floyd, blah, 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 blah. That's the WP and 2 other resources. The council cut $15 million from the proposal. This is just redundant from what I said earlier. But here's the thing. So throughout this episode, we've seen homicide rates and carjackings go up. And here they are, at the very least, not expanding the police department that has an expanding crime rate.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could say they defunded it, or you can just say they're refusing to give it any more money.
Any more funding to
At this point, it's the same difference. You need more funding for police, not less of it, and not the same as last year. You need more money.
Yes, exactly. What did I just do here?
Organization called HIPS that you provided just this year, fiscal year 2025, $125,000 grant to.
I
This
think
is
we
them
funded
lobbying
them
to
to
defund the
do public
police.
health work.
Quote, "It's time we shifted to a society free of police and systems of incarceration."
We fund them for public health work.
For public health.
Yes.
Does this make our communities more healthful?
We
By defunding our
fund
police?
them for public
Do you
health.
think defunding our police and lobbying to defund our police and undermine local
I've
law
answered that
enforcement
question.
makes our communities more safe
I've answered
or
that question.
healthful? Do you think that providing tax dollars to an organization who wants to defund our police is good for the residents of Washington, D.C.?
We wouldn't fund them for that purpose. We would
But you
fund them.
funded them and you chose to.
Yeah, but you are funding them.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Give them money. You gave them hard-working tax dollars to an organization that wants to defund the police.
We fund them for public health.
Do you think that giving housing, free housing to illegal aliens is an appropriate use of tax dollars?
We think if it keeps people off the streets, then we have to keep people off the streets.
You agree with giving your residents tax dollars and using them to give subsidized housing for illegal aliens?
But Mr. Gill, we also didn't agree with the governor of Texas or Arizona busing people, tricking them to come to our city.
And
we didn't agree with that.
Well, hold on. Nobody tricked anybody. They sent the immigrants to a sanctuary city.
Yeah.
Nobody got tricked. They
Yeah.
got sent to the cities that was sanctuary cities.
Exactly. Don't be a sanctuary city if you don't want to be sanctuary for illegals. I mean, that's as simple as that. I mean, what Governor Abbott and Governor DeSantis did was great. I mean, here are all these blue states and blue cities voting against border security. All these blue state governors voting against border security, and now their city is getting flooded with illegals. I mean, I think it was Abbott that said it. Every city now is going to be a border city.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are. Here we are with ICE flooding Boston. I think they just arrested 200 Sonoma cartel members running out of Lawrence.
Damn.
You know, dude, I looked at a map of the different cartels that run the United States. Dude, it's like 90% Sonoma cartel.
Really?
Yeah, it's wild. It's absolutely wild.
That is pretty wild.
Interesting to me because you're also funding NGOs that support free housing for illegal aliens.
And I hope you
And
would
they're lobbying
agree
for
that
that. You're
other
using tax
governors
dollars
shouldn't
to provide-
send people on
provide
buses
NGOs
that don't
that are
have any
lobbying to
housing
give
to our city.
free housing for illegal.
Again, they put them on buses and sent them to the sanctuary city.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get. That's what you
aliens
get, you
in your
fucking
city.
bitch.
That makes your city less safe. I want to move on. In May of 2024, and this was referenced earlier, there were some major pro-Palestinian protests and sit-ins at George Washington University. This was during final exams season. They were terrorizing Jewish students. They were doing it for weeks. It was a major problem. The police were called in, and you stopped them from doing their job. Why is that?
I didn't stop the police from doing anything.
It is illegal for them to block a roadway. We've got the law right here. It's unlawful for a person alone or in concert with others to obstruct or incommode any street avenue. That's exactly what they were doing. And you refused to allow police to clear them out. Why is that?
That's incorrect.
Why would you stop? Clear the record then.
I never stopped
You
the
didn't
police.
stop them.
No, I did not.
You didn't stop them. Would you like to explain what happened? Why police never cleared out this roadway?
Police did clear roadways.
They were there for weeks.
Police cleared roadways.
They were there for weeks.
Actually,
terrorizing Jewish
they were
students, and this is
probably
in your
on
city.
private property, not on the roadway.
No, they were on public roadways.
No, they weren't.
Terrorizing Jewish students,
they
and you
weren't.
allowed it to happen.
No,
I
they
yield my
weren't.
time back.
No, they weren't.
I saw the videos. Yes, they were.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
these
Miss
people
Mace
like forget the internet exists.
Yeah, they act like the internet does not exist. We've seen the videos.
Yeah, I've seen the videos all over the country. All over the country. Oh, we got
South
Nancy
Carolina.
Mace.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning. The government of the District of Columbia, under the leadership sitting in front of us today, has become a poster child for DEI and gender madness. This has led to government, Mr. Chairman, this is not a concert. This audience can just settle down. I want to reclaim my
Stop the
time.
clock, and the gentlelady's right. Under the rules of the House, the chairman is responsible for maintaining order and preserving decorum in the committee room. I expect the audience.
I love how her comments made the people gasp.
Yeah, I know.
Let's hear that again, just fucking. That was awesome. She triggered all those liberals.
Is Miss Mace from South Carolina?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning. The government of the District of Columbia, under the leadership sitting in front of us today, has become a poster child for DEI and gender madness. This has led to government. Mr. Chairman, this is not a concert. This audience can just settle down. I want to reclaim my
Stop the
time.
clock, and the gentlelady's right. Under the rules of the House, the chairman is responsible for maintaining order and preserving decorum in the committee room. I expect audience members to be respectful of the committee. So, we'll
I'd like to reclaim my time too,
you
Mr.
reclaim
Chairman.
it. Absolutely, Miss
This has
Mace.
led to government sanctioned racial discrimination and the erasure of.
Who do you find hotter, her or Bobert?
I think I'm going Bobert.
I don't know why, but I find her hotter.
I like Bobert because you can tell Bobert's a little fucking weirdo.
Yeah, I don't like that. This woman, for some reason, I don't know why. She dresses kind of older, but I don't know, more attractive to me.
Big ass old translucent
Article 1,
glasses.
Section 8.
Yeah, the pearl necklace.
Clause 17 provides Congress plenary authority over the District of Columbia. Using this authority today, I'll be introducing the No DEI in DC Act. This bill will rip the DEI and gender bender nonsense out of the DC government root and branch and restore common sense and equal treatment under the law. As the individuals charged with writing DC laws, signing DC laws, and enforcing DC's laws, we have some questions for you on the meanings of some of the curious terms we have found in the DC Code. My first question for Mayor Bowser, it's yes or no. The DC Code makes numerous references to, quote, structural or institutional racism. Do you believe the DC government is structurally or institutionally racist? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is DC government racist, institutionally racist? Yes or no? All right, you can't answer the question. So my next question for Mayor Bowser, since you're going to sit there and placate or just be quiet, in section 7-1234.02 of DC Code, you use the phrase child welfare involved birthing people. Child welfare involved birthing people. Can you explain to me what this means?
I'm not that familiar with that part of the code.
Okay, and so you don't know. In section 7-1234-02 of DC Code, you use the phrase justice involved incarcerated and homeless birthing people and their non-birthing partners. Can you explain to this committee what that means?
Oh my
Uh,
Some homeless trannies.
Yeah.
I would have to see
You don't
the whole
know. You're
section.
literally the mayor of DC and you don't know your own code of laws.
Well, I don't know
All right,
them
one thing we
verbatim.
noticed the DC Code struggles to define is the term woman. So Mayor Bowser, what is a woman?
I'm a woman. Are you a woman?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
I'm a woman. You're looking at one.
Okay, good. You actually, in section 3-703 of the DC Code, you use the phrase, the intersectionality of gender and race to create unique dynamics and effects. Can you explain what this means to the committee?
Where is that, ma'am?
Section 3-703 of the DC Code. Do you know what that means? No,
Could
you
give
don't
me
know
the
what that means.
title
So
of the-
chapter 14D of the DC Code establishes
Mr.
the
Chairman,
commission.
I'm happy to answer questions.
Mr.
but
Chairman, I'm going to
can't-
reclaim my time. This is not her time, it's my time. You can be quiet as I ask you
Chair
questions, and then you can
recognizes
answer them.
Ms.
And then
Mays.
you can
If
answer
you
them.
would give,
I'm not, Mr. Chairman, this is my time, not hers. I'd like to reclaim my time.
let's make good use of the time, Ms.
Chair
Mays.
I'm making very good
Chair
use of my
recognizes
time.
Ms.
There
Mays.
And you're
is-
Ms. Mays
making
has
my
the
point.
floor.
You're the mayor of DC, and you
Here come
don't
the
even
women.
Yep.
Here come the women.
Look at, she took her glasses off too.
Yeah,
know
it's
your
real.
own code of laws. What is a birthing person?
I would assume it's someone who gives birth.
All right. Why don't you use, are these women? Are these moms? Do you think it's appropriate to call them birthing person? Can a man birth a person?
Well,
Be a
that's
birthing
what I
person?
would call it, but I don't write all the laws, and I'm not familiar with every
Can
section.
men get pregnant?
No.
Can men become women?
Can a man become a woman?
Yeah. Can a
If-
man
if
become a
you're-
woman?
I like how she asked that question. How her response was the question. Like
Was
as
to restate. Well, that's what liberals do. I mean, you remember the LGBTQ episode that's coming out when I asked the question about sports? They just got confused and just restated the question back to me.
yeah.
And that's exactly what she's doing right now.
Miss
Yes
Mace,
or no? Can a man become a woman? Yes or no?
Miss Mace. I'm not
Okay,
here to
my
talk
next
about
question, Chapter 14D of the DC Code establishes the Commission on Reparations and a reparations fund to provide eligible African Americans monetary reparations or other forms of redress. Is it the position of DC government benefits should be provided to individuals on the basis of race?
that. I believe that the legislation requires a study.
Okay, I'm asking you, is it the position of the DC government that government benefits should be provided on the basis of race?
If you're
is the
referring to
question.
that legislation, I believe it requires a study.
Okay, I'm asking you a question. Do you believe that government benefits should be given out on the basis of race? That is the question. This is the third time I'm asking.
We have any number of benefits programs and eligibility is
Okay.
established.
You're not answering
per-
any of these
per program.
questions. I'll give it to you. You're slick. In section 2-1383 of the DC code, you use the phrase social value of the LGBTQ community business economy to the district. Can you explain
Look
what
at this
this
guy
means? to the
cracking up
committee?
laughing at the back.
It means that
You see
LGBT
him cracking up, he had to
businesses
turn his head.
provide, it means that
District. The LGBTQ community business economy to the district. Can you explain what this means to the committee?
it means that LGBT businesses provide economic benefit to the district's economy.
Do you think all businesses provide economic benefit to the DC economy?
They should, or they would be out of business.
Yeah, of course. All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Thank you. Chair.
So that ends the DC mayor interrogation. What did you think about that, Lucas?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like every time we watch these, to watch these people just try and obfuscate from the point. You know, they just try to deflect and confuse, or like, you know, restate the question with their head turned. You know, like shut up. You know, I mean, we read the statistics out loud. You know, yeah, carjacking is down 50% if you only do the last 2 years, because one of those years was such an outlier that you can say that. You know, it was 900.
Well,
and
no,
next year was 500. But those were the two highest years in the last at least 10 years that we read. Probably longer.
yeah, or
If you go back further, it's probably longer than that, you know?
Yeah.
So again, statistics lie, but liars use statistics. Look into how things are being measured and look into them for yourself. I mean, thank God we have things like Grok and ChatGPT, where not only does it give us the statistics, it gives us how many sources have said these statistics.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or like, say for example, theft is down 90% because now we have possession without right. What is it called?
yeah, possession without rights. Yes.
Yeah, possession
Okay, that
without
must
right.
be like an under $900 thing, you know?
Yeah,
You know how they
yeah,
were
yeah.
prosecuting for crimes that, so long as you stole under $900 worth of stuff, they wouldn't prosecute you, or they'd hit you with like a lesser charge or something like that.
Yeah, it's
You know,
awful.
people are going into like CVS's with like calculators to make sure they're under the $900 threshold.
Yeah, it's fucked
You
up.
know, how many birthday cards can you steal? You know,
Yeah.
you've abandoned your kids. You don't give them birthday cards. Bad joke.
my
bad
God.
joke. All right, give me the
Edit-
boo. Give me a boo
Edit
thing.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get a sound effect. Actually, you know what? It's taking too much time.
Okay, well, whatever.
You deserve. You definitely deserve a boo.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it.
There you go.
I'm admonished.
All right. Well, that's it for the DC mayor. I mean, for the DC mayor.
Well, hey, if you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. I mean, what do you think about these hearings? I mean, it's like these people exist in a place where they don't think the internet is the thing. We can't fact check stuff in real time. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Let us know what you think. And, you know, comment, subscribe.
Nice. Sweet.